Welcome back to Match of Beat Original. This is just an introduction to Prophet ElBernard's sermon, Keys to Fulfilling Prophecy, from Prophecy is Necessary Conference. You'll be blessed. Stay tuned.
Well, we bless God once again for tonight and for the privilege to be part of what the Lord is doing here. I want to especially thank God for the life of the master prophet, Prophet Akwesi Agyemang Prempeh. I have said always that we are in a nation that after others have drunk from the well of people and they have become who they have become, most of the times they always want to rewrite their stories to exclude those through whom they have become all that they have become. I want to say to you, Master Prophet, thank you so much for many years of impact in the prophetic ministry, and God using your life and your ministry as an example, and personally for bringing clarity to my life and bringing deliverance. You know, the first time I heard about the Master Prophet was in the year 2003. I was then at the University of Ghana, and my friend spoke to me about the Master Prophet, and that was how I went out with my friend looking for the Master Prophet. But by the time we got there, fortunately or unfortunately, the Master Prophet had left to London. Fast forward to the year 2006, I had moved to the city of Accra to start Spirit Life Revival Ministries, and things were very hard for me. And those were the days that after you preach God's word, they will give you a bottle of water, and if you are fortunate, they will give you Don Simon, and if you are very fortunate, they will buy food for you. Things were very hard. And as I left my office at Mr. Biggs was a restaurant at Circle. So if I don't have anything to do, I just go and sit there and I look down, so that God through that will encourage me with what I see. And as I left the place, I saw a flyer, and it was a program that was advertised by Mama Francisca Duncan Williams, and there were 3 prophets on it. And so when I saw that the Master Prophet was on, I felt like this was the opportunity for me to encounter him and encounter his ministry. But when I got there, he wasn't the one ministering. The man of God did well by the grace of God, blessed us. And when he was done, he was encouraging the people to bring seed in order to support the meeting. And so let's say if the man of God was asking people to bring 100 CDs, the people did not respond to it. Then here comes the Master Prophet, London, all the way from London, and from the airport was driven to the meeting at a golf house. And he said, Master Prophet is here. He will just say some few words to us, and his session is the next day. And he take the microphone, and he said 1, 2, 3 things. And he said, well, as I'm here, I want to encourage anyone who can bring a seed, maybe of 1,000 CDs, to support the meeting. And before I could realize, more than half of the people in the auditorium went forward. And so as I sat down, I said, well, he did not preach. The man finished preaching. How can this man speak in less than 5 minutes? And almost everybody was there. I did not know what pulled me to the front. I was also there. And without thinking twice, I took all the money in my pocket and I dropped it. I did not know that I did not take my transport fare out of it. And I have to walk from Golf House to Ashoman Estate. It was not easy for me. The next day I was preaching for a church called God's Tabernacle of Praise. The pastor is Reverend Ebenezer Ejay at Firestone. And that was how my finances changed. The first time ministering anywhere around 2006, where I was given then over 10,000 Ghana cedis. It was a shock. This is about 18 or more years ago. It was a surprise. And from then, it became one level of blessing upon the other. Well, I have started preaching. So in case you think that I'm about to start, just make sure you write something. And even if you feel like I'm not saying anything, just behave like I'm saying something. And in just some few minutes, we'll be out of here. What do you think? I said, what do you think? Can you help me with my sound a little bit for me? Yeah. And I love sharing stories. That's how I preach. And I remember another time I had married and I was at home with my wife. And suddenly I felt that I needed to be in a prophetic atmosphere. So I called some of the guys and we disguised ourselves and we came to Ohima Plaza. So we were just at the back and the master prophet was ministering and just picked me up and began ministering to me. And the things that he was saying were very scary because normally I don't eat anywhere, I don't go anywhere, that is me. And he began to talk about how a man of God was going to destroy my life, destroy my ministry, and he would do everything possible to destroy me. And this man, if he does everything, he will now poison me and all of that. And now mention the name of the man of God. I was shocked. Because as at that time, he was someone I love and someone I celebrate. So I felt like, how can this thing be true? In less than a year, I invited this man of God to preach for me whilst I was at the National Theatre. It was an impactful meeting. And after the meeting, this great man of God wanted to come and take the place I was using for service. So I decided, well, let him take it. Let me look for another place. But on second thought, I said, no, I will resist it. So I decided not to let it go. And what came out of it was a battle. A battle that if I'm to talk about it, you will not even be able to understand it. In fact, we began receiving calls of people being sent to even bring whitish substance like cocaine to my house, and they'll call the police and the media so that by the time they get it, they'll just blow the case out of proportion and they will say I deal in cocaine and all of that. And when they found that it's not true, I would have already been destroyed. Prophet Salam, get that for me. And this man of God received a call, and they said, we have been hired to put a dead person in the boot of your master. I was in Koforudi, I was in Kumasi when he called me. I can't go into the details of the story. And I want to say, Master Prophet, thank you that God used your ministry to save me when it never looked like anything was going to happen. I also want to celebrate the great woman of God, Lady Rosemond, even in her absence. Thank you so much, ma'am, for all you do, and all the pastors here. Reverend Nana Jumosapon, thank you so much, sir. And your wife, thank you. Thank you.